Hello, I'm Anthony Hobbs, and this is my review of the 1976 movie Logan's Run. Now, as you've probably gathered, yes, there was a malfunction with the first part, so this is the rest of the review on a separate video. Anyway, so where did I get up to? Oh yes, I was talking about the society they live in, the futuristic city. You can have any pleasure you could ever want, yes. You can have a perfect body with state-of-the-art plastic surgery. Or alternatively, you can work out, get a healthy body naturally instead. Nobody has to go to work. Nobody earns any money. So, nobody has to raise children because they're raised by computers and in a separate section of the city. So yes, you can be carefree and irresponsible. Life is great, yeah. But there's one catch. You have to die when you're 30. Yes, it's a dystopia. Yes, a paradise with a catch. And but, hang on, here's the visual aid, the book, Logan's Run, and this is the annual. That's the carousel, that red thing there, and you have to wear these white robes when you go to the carousel. Because you have to die when you're 30. When you're 30, you go to carousel, and they call it being renewed. You see, a human doesn't run the city, a computer brain does. And the computer lies to the people. The computer tells them that you're going to be renewed. You're not going to die. You're going to be reborn inside a newborn baby. So that's why the people don't try to stop it, because they don't think they're going to die at all. They think they're going to be renewed. Yeah, and they think they're going to live forever. But of course, it's all a big lie. There are, however, some misfits, if you like, that don't believe this. They go, "No, this is nonsense." They don't believe it. You're not renewed at all. The machine just kills you. You just die. You don't go anywhere. You don't go to the afterlife. You just die. So when they're 30 years old, they run. They go on the run, and they're called runners. Now Logan 5, the lead character in the story, because they don't have surnames, they have numbers. Logan 5. He's a Sandman. His job is to kill runners. That's why they're called Sandmen, because they put you to sleep like the Sandman. And they don't feel guilty about murdering runners. They don't feel guilty. They don't see it as murder. They just think once they've killed you, your spirit just goes to the spirit world. Yeah, so there's no guilt, no shame in killing the runners. Yeah. And then there's a big turning point in the story. When Logan 5, he finds an Ankh, which is an object that belongs to a runner, and it's the symbol of the resistance. Yeah. He doesn't know what it is, so asks the computer. The computer tells him it's an Ankh, it's the symbol of, and it belongs to a runner. And there are lots and lots of runners unaccounted for that you haven't caught. And they've gone to a place called Sanctuary. Now your mission is to find Sanctuary and kill all these runners. And Logan 5 agrees to do the mission, but then his life clock starts blinking, which is a crystal in the palm of his hand. Because all the people in the city have a crystal, like a tracking device, embedded in their hand. And when it starts blinking, that means you're 30, it's your time to run. And Logan 5 isn't very happy about this. He goes, no, wait a minute, no, I'm only 26. I've got 4 years left. And but the computer says you have to pose as a runner. To find Sanctuary, you have to join the resistance. And they won't believe you genuinely want to join them unless you pretend to be a runner. So you have to pose as a runner. And Logan's friend, Francis... yes, he firmly believes in renewal, and also, I think I don't think he understands that Logan is posing as a runner. I think he thinks he's a genuine runner. That's why Francis is chasing him, because his job is to kill runners. And yes, and Logan makes friends with Jessica, who's part of the resistance, and Logan is intrigued. He wants to find this place called Sanctuary. Yes, find out what it's really like. He wants to explore and see the unknown. Plus, he doesn't have a choice. Yes, he must find Sanctuary whether he wants to or not. Because if he doesn't, the computer won't give him his 4 years back. Yeah. Anyway, Jessica and Logan get in like this elevator thing. It goes like the top of the city. They find this place that's all frozen in ice because there's a robot called Box who freezes anyone that gets there with a freeze ray. Any runners that make it this far, he freezes them. Well, Logan and Jessica manage to get past Box and out of the sealed dome of the city, and they're outside, and for the first time they see the sun, and they're fascinated, never seen anything like it. Oh yes, and I suppose I must say this. When I was 15, I saw the movie THX 1138. That's about a man that lives in an underground city, and eventually he manages to break free, get to the surface, At the end of the film, he's free. And I remember I didn't like that ending. Well, I thought it was good that he got free of the city, but I would have preferred it if that happened halfway through the film. Because what does he find once he gets free? So I didn't like the way it ended. 2 years later, I see the movie Logan's Run, and the heroes get out of the sealed city halfway through the film. So yes, I like that better. I thought that idea worked better. What a coincidence, yes. On cue, yes, I get what I wanted, an improved version of that story. Anyway, back to Logan's Run. Well, Logan and Jessica, when they get free, they find, yes, all the countryside and all the wilderness. They've never seen the sun, they've never felt the wind, and they've never been cold before. So this is a whole new world to them. Yeah, they're fascinated by it all. Logan's Run, it's effectively 2 different worlds, but in the same story. Yeah. And after a few days walking, they find a city in ruins, a bit like Planet of the Apes, yes, cities in ruins. They find an old man, and they're fascinated because they didn't even know you could grow old. They have no concept of that. And they ask if this is sanctuary, and the old man doesn't know what they're talking about. He's been living alone for so long. His only company is his pet cat. And after a time, Logan puts 2 and 2 together, and he says to Jessica, there is no sanctuary. It doesn't exist. It never existed. It's just the hope. So the whole thing was a lie. And then later, Logan decides, I have to go back to the city and stop this happening. Because there is no such thing as sanctuary. There's no such thing as being renewal. The carousel thing, it just kills people. Yeah, they just die. There's no such thing as the afterlife. So I have to stop it happening. It's wrong. It is effectively murder. So I must try and stop it. That's very noble of Logan. But what is his brilliant plan to stop it happening? He just gets back in the city and says to everyone, you don't have to die. You can live past 30. You don't have to die. You can grow much older. And of course they don't believe him. They think he's a nutcase. Yes, Logan could have had a better thought out plan than that. Yeah, that's a bit silly. Anyway, later Logan destroys the computer brain. Whether he does it on purpose or by accident, I'm not quite sure. But anyway, it works. And consequently, all the people leave the city, go outside the sealed dome. Now, when I first saw the film, I thought it was because they were intrigued to see what it was like outside. No, they leave because they don't have any choice. Because they can't live in that city anymore. All the machines are automated, run by the computer brain. So if the computer stops working, nobody can live there. Yeah, all the machines won't work, so they all leave. Now, is it a happy ending or a sad ending? I mean, they've made it out of the city. They've never been... All these people that have left the city, they've never been hungry, never been thirsty, never been cold. How could they survive in that wilderness? All that luxury has been taken away from them, but they're free. They've got their freedom and they know the truth. When they knew and understood that carousel is a lie, being renewed, the afterlife is a lie, well, they didn't like it anymore. Yes, they all left. Yes, if there's any doubt, then they leave. However, the futuristic city, it wasn't all bad. I mean, yes, it's terrible that it killed people so young, yeah, but it wasn't all bad because in this city there's no disease, there's no war, and there's no famine. So I suppose, yeah, there were some good things about it, yeah. But then I suppose the biggest issue of all is, would you like to stay young forever? You know, I mean, being young, carefree and irresponsible is all very fine, but you come to a certain point in your life where you go, no, I'm fed up with that. I want to settle down and have kids and achieve things and make my mark. Or, I don't know, maybe invent new ideas, new things. Because nobody invents anything new in the world of Logan's Run. No, in that city, no new inventions. Knowledge has come to a standstill. It's just a society like a repetitious circle, yeah. Okay, I'll end this review by saying this. I really enjoyed the film. Okay, a few bits a bit dated, but overall very good. And it's a world of pure pleasure. Every pleasure you could ever want. Well, what is the purest pleasure of all? Life. To live a long time. That is the purest pleasure of all, yes. Long life. So ironically, the purest pleasure of all is denied the people of that city. Okay, thanks for watching. I'm Anthony Hobbs, and I'm never bored.